Hello, this is Mike from Cornerbowl Software again. This is part 5 of how to centrally manage Syslog devices with Cornerbowl Server Manager. In this video, I'm going to show you how to implement NIST 853 AU11 and JSIG 53 AU11 audit controls for network hardware devices by saving Syslog messages generated from those devices to a daily CSV file. To recap from the previous videos, hardware devices such as switches and firewalls provide configuration options to forward all audit log entries over Syslog, which by default sends packets over UDP 514. However, many devices also offer the option to use TCP 514, then optionally encrypt using TLS 1.2. Once you configure your devices to forward their audit log messages over Syslog to Server Manager, those entries will be automatically saved into the log database. We can see those entries in their native format in SQLite, MySQL, and SQL Server. If, however, you would like to save the data so it can be viewed in any text editor or Microsoft Excel, you can use Server Manager to append each Syslog message to a CSV file. The configuration is very simple to add. I've added a new sample template called Syslog Backup, which can be found in the Explorer view by expanding the Root Templates node, then Sample Templates, then NIST JSIG. If you do not see the Syslog Backup template, from the menu bar, select Tools, Create Default Objects, and it will be created for you. Right-click on the template, then select Template Properties. Notice the template is configured with a real-time schedule. The columns are blank, so there's no parsing of the messages. The assigned monitor uses the Syslog relay filter, which has no criteria, so all messages are targeted. And the append log entries to CSV action is assigned. Reviewing the action reveals the Syslog messages will be saved to a subdirectory for each host. Then each day, a new file created with the prefix of the name of the log. Notice the metadata option is turned off, so the only thing appended to the file is each Syslog message. To see this in action, I'm going to continue with my Red Hat audit log that is being forwarded by my Server Manager management daemon running on my Red Hat Azure VM. But of course, this would work if you configure the Red Hat Syslog D to forward the audit log entries as well. To do that, I need to assign this template to my Red Hat server. Once assigned, we can see the template listed under the server. To verify the template is working, right-click on the template, then select Explore. The next time entries are received, we will see the status update. To quickly go to the target directory, open the template properties, then select the Monitor tab, then click the pencil button next to the action. From the Action Properties view, click the View and Explorer button. Notice there's a subdirectory for the host, then once opened, we see our CSV file. Once opened in Excel, we see the following columns. The time is the time Cornerbowl received the message. The host is the hostname or IP of the sending device. The priority and facility are parsed from the Syslog ASCII header, which looks like less than, then an integer number, then greater than, which has no real value until parsed out according to RFC 5424. Then finally, the fully unparsed message is written. Next, if you can imagine the server running for 7 years, then you would have 2 years of data which are not required, and possibly even 6 years depending on your environment and specific compliance requirements. I've gone ahead and created a directory cleaner template that deletes Syslog backups older than 1 year. The sample template can be found just below the Syslog backup template. It's called Syslog Backup Retention Policy. If I right-click on the template, then select Template Properties, we can see what the template is doing. This template runs once a day. Notice the target directory is our local event log backup path. Notice the target files is set to syslog_star.csv. Notice the delete target files option is set to 365. If you need to save the files for 5 years, specify 1827, which is 365 times 5, then a possible of 2 leap year days added. If possible, I suggest all logs be pulled off installations at regular intervals, such as quarterly or annually, then placed in a safe for long-term storage. Please note that this template only needs to be assigned to the management server, since the Syslog messages are being consolidated to the management server, whereas the backup needs to be assigned to each hardware device. To test this, we can set the maximum days to 0, then execute the template. Notice one file was deleted. Don't forget to set the value back, then save. Then lastly, after some entries have been saved to the file, run the retention policy again to verify the file is no longer deleted. That's Syslog backups for NIST and JSIG compliance.